Agitating for the purpose of the e-hailing taxi drivers is because we all know that lack of employment or lack of job opportunities has made many of our youth to engage in the taxi business, and this can't continue to have a business that is not profiting to us as youth. And also, we can't continue a business that does not guarantee security to us. Thirdly, we can't continue a business that is not giving health assurance. So these three major things are so key to us as youth, because majority of the people involved in this business are the youth. You can imagine a graduate of chemistry at the University of Lagos, for instance, having to do a taxi business like Uber, Bolt, and not even getting a good profit after the end of the business. It's so painful. Now let me just quickly highlight this. I would like to call on the relevant authority who happens to be the Apple, the Uber, the Bolt, to further reduce their commission, because it doesn't meet with the latest reality on ground. As instance of taking an instance of fuel to be 617 naira to a liter, it doesn't meet the instance on ground. And I'm very sure amongst us here, if you check well, we'll find some of us who are even engaged in the business. So this is a concern to all of us. More so, I'm made known to understand that the e-hailing industry now have a certified union, which happens to be the Amalgamated Union of Air-based Transporters of Nigeria. We as National Youth Assembly of Nigeria, knowing fully well that we are youth, and most of those who are engaged in this business are youth, can see what we can do to synergize with the union if they are ready, and to see how we can work with them in order to bring these Apple shenanigans to home. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. All in favor of passing this bill, say aye. Aye. All against nay. The ayes have it. Okay, it should be moved to the Committee of Social Services. Okay, next person, next ambassador here, Ambassador Wasiu. Please, let's keep to the time, and it's just 3 minutes. Please, let's keep to the time.
Raise your hand.
Voice and power.
My name is Akwanda Plason. I believe that since I took to Upper School, there are always photos up here, especially those anchors. And if I believe that you are going to work now, that is very anchor, everything. If you have the budget, take it for Upper just 5 minutes time for more than 1 hour, and the other short one that you have, especially 1 to 5, the other time, that's a bit of that time, so it's very not even easy for you to even found it. So please, that's the one I find with you. Try to do something for me.
So, all heads bill, all in favor of passing the bill, say aye. All against, say nay. The ayes have it. Okay, and this bill should go to the Committee on Health, because most of what we are talking about has to do with our health. And if you don't do the right things, you understand the traffic on the road, there are no stresses to the body, and speak on the area, this carbon monoxide from the vehicles will tend to have issues at the end of the day. So can you go to the position of the Committee of Health, please? Thank you for that. Moving forward, we have Ambassador John for your second reading.
Great and young. Great and young.
Ambassador John, you have 2 readings.
Yes,
so you have 3 minutes each for both. That's 6 minutes in total.
I think it's Ambassador.
Great and young. So, the first bill I'm sponsoring rather, is the National Youth Assembly 21st Century Tech Summit. And the motivation behind this bill is first of all because I work in the tech space and I understand the rapid evolution of technologies. And believe me, everything we're talking about here today, the honorable member that talked about Uber, everything we're talking about, it's being powered by technology. So we need to involve the young lads in the tech space. And this is the idea behind the 21st Century Tech Summit. The purpose of the Tech Summit is to promote awareness and understanding of emerging technologies. Like I said before, there is a rapid evolution of technologies right now in the world, and we need to be currently abreast with it. We need to involve students in high institutions on emerging technologies and the evolution. Second objective of this is fostering innovation and entrepreneurship amongst Nigerian youth. So, part of this bill, organizing the Tech Summit, is going to be giving our young lads opportunities to pitch their ideas. So we're going to be collaborating with corporate organizations who have an interest, who have eyes for emerging technologies. And we're going to involve our young lads who are already in school. Bring your projects. Gone are the days where we have to go and copy projects in our computer science department. We have to go and copy projects from the internet and just post it. Bring workable projects and come to the Enya Tech Summit to pitch your ideas. Let's test run it, create a prototype. I want to have people that are going to listen to your ideas, see if it's workable, test the feasibility, and observed amongst our tech space is we have a lot of startups. Fortunately, those startups, they get seed fundings. But a few years later, you hear that they are folding up. Why are they folding up? We need to tell not just our success stories, we need to tell the failures encountered along the way. And we need to tell these stories to our young lads, people who are coming up. So part of the objective of this Tech Summit is to create a platform for networking where we can share our success stories and also our failures so we can learn from it. Now, another objective is discussing and finding solutions to challenges in the Nigerian tech ecosystem. So, we know that technology is different all over the world. Of course, there should be a standard by ISO and IEEE standards. But the challenges we face in our Nigerian ecosystem is peculiar to our ecosystem. So we need to start discussing those challenges. Part of what we're going to be doing is having workshops, keynote addresses, and panel discussions that discusses the challenges that we are currently facing. Is it a skill problem that we have? Is it an infrastructure problem that we have? Or is it just a policy problem that we need to involve our policymakers in? These are the objectives, and I hope the House passes the bill. The second bill I have here is the Unity and Diversity Bill. This is the bill about a culture summit. Now, the motivation behind this bill is because we're planning a visit to the New York, and we have to think, what can we offer? What can we bring to the table in this visit? We're not an organization that just goes and pays cutting visits to people. We bring initiatives that work, initiatives that are impactful to the youth. And then we thought about a culture summit. A summit that can bring traditional rulers together, that can bring authors of our history together, so we can discuss our stories. tell our stories, tell our culture in our own way. They said River Niger was discovered by a white man, but there were already people that were there, that were living close to River Niger. So we want to be able to tell our stories ourselves. And the Culture Summit is going to be a platform where we will hear from authorities in our traditional space. We hear from them about our culture and history. And part of the things we are going to be advocating for in our first summit by God's grace is going to be the reintroduction of history in our classes. Now, we're not just talking about secondary school classes. The same way we have GST in universities, we want to have a history course 400 level. Let us know about where we're coming from. He said, if you do not know the failures of the past, we are doomed to repeat it. So let us know about our history from ourselves. These are my submissions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Ambassador Miles John. That was well explained. Now, all in favor of passing this bill, say aye. Aye. All against, say nay. The ayes have it. And your bill should go to the Committee on Education. Next person we have here. Ambassador Adams Abdul Fatai.
Great Union, my voice, my power. Great Union, my voice, my power. Great Union, my voice, my power. Yeah, earlier on, I gave the title of my bill. I said, Introduction of Web Development Courses to the ICT Training Center in Nigeria. What majorly moved me to passing this bill was the fact that if you look at most schools now, specifically federal universities, the fees have gone up up to like 600%. Now, the people in my own constituency, like I said in my inauguration speech, I said they are the most notorious set of people you can ever come across. Now, they are being notorious, they don't even want to go to school in the first instance. Now, the school fees have not been increased. They will not even want to just, I will pay 200,000 to go and study this thing. No, now. Now, what can we now do for them? There is a training center in Nigeria. Everything you need is just registration, about 10,000 naira. I think that is still feasible. However, the courses there, they are old, they are too old for these modern times. Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word at this time. Technology is taking over. I'm talking about artificial intelligence, software engineering, cyber security. Now, even if they can't do most of these courses, there is a simpler courses, web development. This can take them nothing more than 6 months. So like, they can't afford to, at least they can afford to pay 10,000 naira to do that course. So that was the major reason I brought this bill. I hope it gets passed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for that, Ambassador Adams. And that was very educative. For that. Now, all in support of this bill, say aye. Aye. All against nay. The ayes have it, and this bill will go to the Committee on Education. Let's begin to explain. We had additional speakers. That of the Ambassador Badijo Beosore. Second reading.
Good evening, Mr. Speaker. Good evening, Honorable colleague. I am Ambassador Beosore, representing the people of Koshipele Competency OC. So initially, what I spoke about was still police harassment among the youth, which I would like my speaker to please do something about it. Police harassment hasn't been stopped and is still rampant in society. And I also spoke about Objectv, where we have constant policemen harassing and extorting youth and motorists on that route every day. Also, I spoke about insecurity in the sense that how can a policeman who has been dismissed still has the right or has access to wear a uniform and still go about on the street to extort youth. Luckily for that girl, that skit maker, she had video evidence. What happened if there was no video evidence and that particular policeman couldn't be caught or brought out to make sure, okay, yes, let people know you have been dismissed. So I would like us to make sure that we fight police harassment, and also if possible, the salary of policemen should be increased so that exploitation charge can reduce and also harassing citizens shall also reduce. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Ambassador Phil Serrabalino. All in favor of review, say aye. Aye. Against nay. The ayes have it, your bill should go to social services. In addition, Ambassador Adams, your bill should go to empowerment and skill acquisition too. Please vote. Okay, we have another Ambassador Naima Obidola Adeoke, your second reading.
Again, my home said, Ambassador Naima Obidola Adeoke. To begin, I sponsored. What really motivates me about this bill is that I think while growing up, we are always hearing education is the best legacy for every child. Well, what we see today is that it's not for all children. And I think according to our constitution, every child has right to education. While going on the street and seeing that some children are not in school, it baffles me a lot. And these children also, looking at it again, there are some mothers of these days that they want to eat the fruit of their own labor when their child are around maybe age 12 or 10 or so. That make them to say, okay, when you are being sent out of, maybe their own boy is sent on errand, go and buy me codeine there. Go and buy me, they always have somebody that sells all these things to them. Go and buy me this, go and buy me that. Those that are involved in this are children. And when I now find out, there are children that are not in school. My own child cannot be called to go and buy codeine because he understands what this is. And all these things, the information or the knowledge about them will be gotten from the right source, which is school. So I don't know the reason why these children are not in school. And I will be very, very happy if my honorable speaker can help us take this thing further from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Ambassador Naima. You spoke well and you have been heard. Okay, you want to comment on the field? Well.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Naima. And that's a very troubling area in our society right now. And I believe it also relates to the youth delinquency bill that Ambassador Keshiri also passed. So I think we should concentrate more on awareness, right? So part of the initiative that we are already working on is an awareness campaign in primary and secondary schools, awareness campaign on drug abuse, cultism, and the likes, right? And also, what I think we can do in enforcing this is liaising with our force authorities and our ministries of education. These children are supposed to be in school. And Ambassador here said that education is free. I don't know how true that is. I think good. Yeah, I mean free to an extent. But not everyone has access to it, to be honest. Right? So we need to also liaise with our ministries. They already know us. We already sent letters to all the commissioners in Lagos State. The Ministry of Justice already have our letters, so we can collaborate with them to see how we can arrest those people that are using their children. They are actually extorting their children, they are victimizing their children and benefiting from that victimization. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that bill, Ambassador Naima, and also thank you for further comment on it, Ambassador John. So all in favor of this bill to be passed, say aye. Aye. And against, say nay. The ayes have it. Now this bill to go to different committees, as I want about 2 or 3 committees to work together on it to any and legal state actualize this. Firstly, Committee on Health. Secondly, Education and also Social Services. Let's work on this together. Yeah, thank you for that. And lastly, we have Ambassador Plenary. Yes, sir, for your second reading.
Great Kenya.
My voice, my power.
Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, I want to focus more on the bill which was earlier. It is not a thing that we can actually turn our faces. Alright? It's not something we can turn away our faces away from. At the moment, I want to propose we set the committee to visit the Ministry of Education. It is vital because, like what Ambassador said, these people are actually mortgaging the future of the children, and these are the people who are the leaders of tomorrow. Primary education is free. When they undertake that first stage of education, I believe there will be hunger to want to move forward and not be more about selling and not your honesty. You know, we have to put in enough energy because a country without education is a country going to nowhere quickly. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Ambassador Plenary. And like I rightly said, education is very important. Okay, so, some other discussion on this bill?
Yes.
Great hand.
My voice, my power.
My honorable speaker, all people holding them well now. If we take a critical look around our society, we discover that social vices that affect typical Nigerian child life is on the increase. And myself as a person, as a Nigerian, most times when I see the way our value system has dropped over the years, it makes my mind become a little bit bitter that these are what we call the leaders of tomorrow and the future of Nigeria. My honorable speaker, sir, I really appreciate Honorable Ambassador Okolo for the bill. It says that these are things, this particular bill is a bill that affects the typical Nigerian child life. For Lagos State as a state, I think the Lagos State government have what we call child rights act. I'm very, very sure that at a particular point in time, the Lagos House of Assembly passed such a bill. I will enjoy this honorable house that we should take a critical look at this bill and see how best can give it the best support. So.
Thank you for that, sir. Correction there, the bill is by Ambassador Plenary. Please take notes. All in favor of passing the bill, say aye. All against nay. The ayes have it. So this bill should go to the Committee on Education and Social Services. Take that for the second reading, and I'd like us to go on recess for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please.